Hello and welcome to the Independent Education Consultants YouTube channel. I'm Jasmine and I'm the Digital Marketing Apprentice for TIEC, and I'm making this video to help answer common questions about apprenticeships for parents and students who are considering it but are not quite sure what they can get themselves in for. In a short term, an apprenticeship is where you earn and learn at the same time, and you earn an apprenticeship's wage, which is quite a bit lower because it's usually getting towards 16-year-olds who've just finished their GCSEs and maybe going off to college but want a bit more hands-on experience. In a longer description, you will spend about 80% of your time in the workplace that matches your career ambitions, and you will get hands-on experience where you will learn the tricks of the trade essentially, and you will also spend 20% of your time at college where you will do your coursework, you will do your lessons, your seminars, you'll do exams, tests, whatever it is that the course requires you to do to gain the qualification, you will do that about 20% of the time. However, this can differ between colleges. Also, there is availability to do this at university level, but it depends on the university that you choose and the career that you choose. And often this is done after you've done college as well. You need your college qualifications as well. So the main pros that I've found during my apprenticeship have been that really just earning while I learn has been a great experience. Normally, so I did university, I racked up a load of debt by just learning, whereas this way I've been able to earn while I learn, and it's not cost me anything either. That does depend on the apprenticeship you choose, but yeah, for my experience I've not had to pay anything towards my education, and I've also earned while I've been learning. Also, I've got hands-on experience and what I'm actually wanting to learn. So I've always wanted to learn digital marketing, specifically social media management, and I've got the exact experience that I wanted and have gained the independence to do this on my own through doing this apprenticeship. Also, it is a foot in the door, so now I have this hands-on experience. It means that I've got solid experience to put on my CV, which is incredibly important when applying for a job after college or university. And finally, I have great support where I am. So of course the team that I work for at TIEC, they are incredibly supportive. They're always tooting my own horn when I won't do it, and they're always really helpful if I'm stuck anywhere or if I need a bit more extra support because I'm struggling with anything. They're always there. They're always there to answer my questions. They're always there to pick me up when I'm down. And the same goes for the apprenticeship as well. Any of the mentors or the tutors, the teachers, they've all been fantastic. They've all been really supportive. They're all really helpful. They answer any questions where I need it. It's just a great thing to be a part of. I would argue that I don't have enough cons to include in this. In fact, I only have two. One being that my wage is very, very low. An apprenticeship's wage is quite low, and being 25 I would like to earn a better salary, but to get to where I want to be I've had to persevere through a low salary, and it's not to say it's terrible. And a lot of the times, like I mentioned before, it's 16-year-olds that tend to go to college for an apprenticeship, and that's great because it's pocket money essentially for them, and it's going to get them through what they're wanting to learn as well as giving them some money on the side to do what they like in their free time. My other con is, as my apprenticeship's got on and I've learnt more and I feel more competent in my role, I've not liked the college work as much. It's not that I don't enjoy it, I do still enjoy it, but sometimes I feel like it gets in the way because now I just want to get on with my job. Like, I wish the college work was over. However, I will get on with it. I need it for my qualification and it is still really enjoyable. I just feel like it gets in the way sometimes, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. It's still there to help me finish my qualification. So personally, I would say that experience is not always necessary. I definitely interviewed for apprenticeships where they would prefer you to have experience, and I lost out on that job role because of not having as much experience as another interviewee. However, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have found the Independent Education Consultants. I did have some experience in digital tools from my degree where I did illustration and I was a digital artist. However, I've been able to apply that to some aspects of my apprenticeship, but it wasn't like the most important experience that I have. And it definitely doesn't really link with social media management or digital marketing specifically, but it is still experience with digital tools. So I had some experience but very little, and so I would imagine that for most apprenticeships it is desired but not required. I can't answer this question personally. I may have to include Anna or Catherine in this kind of question and answering session in the future, But I have been told multiple times that as I've learned, they've also learned, so I would assume that would be an advantage for the company who employs an apprentice. That's the only way I can think it's a good thing. Otherwise, I don't really know personally. Finding an apprenticeship doesn't have to be difficult. I did my research online, but there are other ways, such as speaking to your current teachers, speaking to your parents about it. They may be able to help you with your research. Speak to students that are already at the colleges or universities you're considering. Also, getting your hands on the college or university's prospectuses. They will include information whether they do apprenticeships and what sort of career path they support. However, I personally was Googling online during lockdown actually, and I found a short course with Baltic Apprenticeships to do digital technologies, which was my foot in the door, which then they then gave me support to find TIEC, who I'm working for, and the right apprenticeship, so Digital Marketing Apprenticeship, for my career ambitions. I'm going to argue that a week in my apprenticeship might be very different to any other apprenticeship, and probably all apprenticeships will be very different in their own way, but often certain colleges will do a specific way for each apprenticeship, but obviously all of the different career roles are different and that they'll have to work around that. So for example, I applied for a different college for a different apprenticeship, and they were going to require me to go into college once every week, whereas I know some you don't have to go in more than once a month. I know for some you don't have to go in at all, you just have to do your work at home like I do. So as much as the company is remote, as you will already know, also Baltic Apprenticeships is all remote and we learn remotely, so we do smart classrooms online where we get together in a small group and do a seminar or a lesson, and then we do our exams online as well with strange conditions, which I'll explain at a later date because it's quite complicated, but still easy enough to do. And essentially what I tend to do most of the time is I will have weeks on end of just doing normal work, and then every now and again a appointment with Baltic Apprenticeship will pop up, whether that's a review session or a support session with my learning mentor Helen, who I mentioned a few times on my apprenticeship diaries, or it could be for an exam and I'll do a week's worth of training with Baltic Apprenticeships where I won't do any work for TIEC, so I have to be ahead of the game and schedule any posts or content or any other kind of work that needs doing in advance. And then sometimes I will do maybe a couple of weeks in a row of just Baltic work. However, I'm coming to the end of my apprenticeship, so it has been a little while since I've done anything with Baltic. However, I have regular check-ins with Helen, and then I will soon have my end of apprenticeship synoptic project to do, which will be completely away from work for 4 days, and then I will also have my end point assessment, which is an interview where I discuss everything I've learned. That is probably incredibly different to a lot of colleges, especially ones that you attend in person, so it just depends on where you are actively studying with. And that's it, that's all I'm going to answer for common questions about apprenticeships today. I hope you found it really helpful. I hope it helps you to find the right apprenticeship for you, or to even just understand if an apprenticeship is right for you. If you have any more questions, please comment them below, or I will leave how you can get in touch with one of our consultants in the description, and I will see you in another video sometime. Bye!